Hello everyone, it's Kathy and welcome back here in my craft room and on my YouTube channel, Kathy's Random Acts of Stampin'. Many of you already know that follow me on a regular basis. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I'm located in the beautiful state of North Carolina. I would absolutely love the opportunity to earn your business and be your demonstrator. So if you aren't currently working with anyone in Stampin' Up! And you're interested in any of the products that you see me use, please reach out to me. You're under no obligation to ever purchase from me, but I'm here to help you no matter what. If you just have questions, I'll be more than glad to answer. I take phone calls. In fact, I love to get to know my subscribers. And that's another thing. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click that little subscribe button, and where that little bell is, if you ring that, you can choose how you get notifications. So that way you don't miss out on any of the videos when I put something up. Today we're going to center in on the Softly Sophisticated. Now this is an absolutely free item and you cannot buy it. You can earn this by placing an order starting Thursday. Today, let's see, today this video will go up probably Wednesday. So starting tomorrow, you will be able to earn this for free. How do you do that? You purchase $100 before shipping and tax from my online store, any products that equals $100, and you can choose this beautiful stamp set and embossing folder absolutely free. So that's what everything in the Sale-A-Bration brochure is absolutely free. I can't open it yet. I want to so bad, but I can't until that's not my rules. That's Stampin' Up! Rules. But come Thursday, I can open that along with the new catalog. And if you are interested in receiving a new catalog, and that's this one here, along with the Sale-A-Bration brochure, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'll pop this in the mail to you. Because I look at it like this. You can't shop with me if you don't have access to the products that I carry. You know, you can always go online, and on my PDFs, I always list the item number of all the things that I use. So you can type in that item number in the search bar, and it will take you directly to it, and you can just put it in your cart. You can shop from the convenience of your home right on your computer or your phone. All right, all that being said, let's get busy with this card. Now, Stampin' Up! Also offers another pack of paper that actually goes with the what is it called? What is it called? Stippled Roses. And this is called Softly Stippled. And it's a beautiful pack of paper. And we're going to use this pattern right here. But I've showed this paper quite often. It's a beautiful pack of paper with some beautiful designs. And I love it. I think it's so pretty. And this piece goes right here. So we'll just stick that back in there. And then we have this tweed one that looks like, and we're going to use a piece of that as well. And I've already cut my pieces, so we won't have to do that. I'm trying to find where this one goes. It goes right here. So those are our papers that we're going to use. I'm not going to use the embossing folder on today's card. I will be using that again later, but not today. So I'm just going to lay that off to the side. And this is a two-step stamp set. And you might say, what is a two-step? Two-step allows you to line up your flowers with your branches or your greenery and be able to stamp beautifully. I'm going to pull in one other die set, and that's the Scallop Contours. And we're going to use this third from it's the third one, whether you're counting up or down. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. It's the third one. We're going to be using that, and I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to be using it. The first thing we're going to need to make this card is a piece of wild wheat. This is a half a sheet of cardstock, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4, and I've burnished it so we got a nice little adhesion. Now this is going to be a landscape card, so the card's going to open like this. I also brought in a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. I love a layered card, and if y'all been following me for any length of time, you know that I do. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and it mats right on top of that. I also have a piece of that softly stippled designer series paper, and this piece is cut 3 3/4 by 5, and it's going to go right in the middle of that, just like that. I also have a strip, and this is a 1/2 inch, and this is wild wheat. It's a 1/2 inch by 5, and it's going to go across our 5-inch piece right here. And we're going to glue all this down, but I thought it would be nice to lay everything out. Now, remember that piece that I showed you? This is where that scallop contour, that third one, came in, and all I did was die cut that out of that paper. And that's going to go right about like that. Then I have another piece of wild wheat, and we're going to lay that in like that. Now, all of these measurements will be on my blog post on a PDF tutorial. Look how pretty that looks. It's already starting to take shape. Now, I have a piece of white here that I want to do my stamping on, so I'm going to move the card up there, and we're going to bring in our stamps and show you what we plan on doing. I am going to take the greenery, and this is my greenery, and I'm going to use the wild wheat because I think it's going to lend itself to being very, very pretty. So I'm going to ink this up, just doing a little tap, 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 and I'm going to stamp this down right about here. And I'm giving that a good press. Isn't that beautiful? But the magic of this is being able to come in with some colored flowers and fill it in. So we're going to use the Calypso Coral for this because I think these colors are just beautiful together. You can see how pretty the Calypso Coral and the wild wheat pairs. And we are going to ink this up in Calypso Coral. And the secret behind this is getting your bud. If you get your bud where you need it, everything else is going to fall into place. So I'm going to put that bud right about there. And look how gorgeous that is. So now we have a two-tone floral piece that was so easy to do. While I have that out, I have a sentiment that I want to use as well. And we are going to do that in the Calypso Coral as well. I really appreciate you. So I'm going to ink this up, and I'm just going to stamp this down right here. Give it a good press and allow it time enough to transfer that ink. Just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, for the sake of the camera, I have already fussy cut that piece out. So all I've done was took my paper snips and cut around that edge. And now we have a beautiful piece that can glue on right there. We could pop that up with dimensionals if you like. And I think we will. I think we'll throw some dimensionals on the back of that. Just because we can. And I love dimensionals on my card. Don't y'all just love dimensionals? I think they add so much to our cards when you have raised areas that just makes everything so pretty. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to set it down right about there. And then this piece is going to go right into the middle of that piece. And you can already see, of course, I slid it off of the card. You can already see what a beautiful card that's turning into. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and put our pieces together. So the first thing I want to do is I want to glue this piece to my Calypso Coral. And I'm going to use my liquid glue. And I want to tell y'all something about your glue gun. I've had questions about this, and I was going to address it in a separate video, but I think this will be good too. You see how it has that little bit of glue right there on the end? That's what seals your gun. That seals your glue so it doesn't seep out. Every time that you get ready to use it after it's been sitting for any period of time, just pop that off, just like that. And then your gun is ready to go again. And it's always so pretty. I mean, this thing works like a dream. I wasn't sure when I got it how much I would really be using it, but I don't think I could go back to a glue bottle. This is just so nice in your hand, and I can always sit it down. I never have to worry about a pen. I love it. So I'm going to sit this down, something like that. Give it a good press. I like to take my bone folder and go back over. And you know what that does? That just kind of irons that glue out and makes it even. And I think that's important. So now we need to decide where we want this to go. And I think I want it not centered, but just a bit to the bottom. So I would say probably about 1.25 inches from the bottom. And I'm going to turn that over and I'm just going to run some glue along there. And then I'm going to sit it down on one side to the other. And I just want to make sure that it's straight. That's the main thing. You want to make sure that piece is nice and straight. And that looks pretty good. What do you think? So I'm going to go ahead now and put these pieces together. So what we need to do first is glue this piece of wild wheat onto our DSP. This card is just stunning. I love the color combination. And that play with your colors. I encourage you to play with your colors because you never know how pretty something can be until you put it together. The Calypso Coral and the Wild Wheat is just gorgeous together. And who would have thought it? So I'm going to go ahead and cover that. And put that down right about there. Just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it, love it, love it. All right, so now we can take this piece, and you have a couple options here. We could pop that up if you wanted to, or we can glue it straight down. I think I'm just going to glue it straight down. So on the back, I'm just going to run some glue across the back. And I'm going to center this as best I can. Give that a good press like that. Now we're ready to take this whole piece. And if you notice, I like to build my card up on my mats. The reason I like to do that is I don't want to start working on my card and then ruin, if I ruin one piece, I can replace it. But if I ruin the whole thing, then I've ruined quite a bit of supplies. So I like to start off building my layers, and then as I finish, go ahead and apply it to my card base. And that's just me. You know, I don't say it's the right way or the wrong way. It's just the way I do it. And look at that. Is that not a gorgeous, gorgeous card? Love those colors. I think they're just so, so pretty. I really appreciate you. I love that card. So what I want to do now is I want to grab some gems and see what we got that will be pretty on here. I don't think those would go. You know, when all fails, I can always go back to rhinestones. And that's usually my go-to. If, you know, these are getting ready to retire. And I'm wondering if maybe these clear ones, the white ones, would be very pretty on here. So we are going to pull off Well, I think that one just flew across my desk. So let's try a different one. Let's put one here. Oh, those are gorgeous. Look at that. Let's put one right there. And let's take one of the smaller ones and put it right there. Oh, beautiful card. So easy to make and just absolutely a beautiful card. And this was all made with free product. The paper, this paper here, the designer series paper was free. The stamp set and was free. I didn't use the embossing folder, but we very well could. Let's go ahead and get a piece of white cardstock to go inside. And I'm going to cut a mat off of this. So let me grab, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to do a white, why not a Calypso coral? No, I'm just going to do white. I like the idea of the white. So I'm going to cut this at 4, 5 1/4. And we are going to stamp that other little flower. So if you look at the stamp set, we have this flower that has the little flowers on it, and I'm going to do that in the corner. So I'm going to stamp this one right here. And let's do that in, let's use the same colors. We're going to use the very same colors. Let's do the Harvest Gold. I keep calling that Harvest Gold. Y'all hear me do that all the time. It is wild wheat, but it reminds me so much of Harvest Gold. Yeah, hey, that's aging me because that was back in the 70s. Remember the avocado green and the Harvest Gold appliances? They were hideous, but this color right here is absolutely gorgeous, and it will substitute as a gold in a lot of instances. So stamp that right there and close this ink pad up. And then let's get our Calypso coral. Let's get our little flowers. And these are all about lining up your buds. So if you can get your little buds lined up, everything else will kind of line up with it. So that there, and that there. Something like that. I like to lay it down on there before I stamp it. And then that helps me know exactly where I need to go when I come back with my ink. And I'm going to line those little buds up where they need to go. And if I get them lined up, everything else will probably be where it needs to be. Just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Love a two-step stamp set. It makes coloring, you don't have to color. You can do the 2 different colors so easily. And then I'm going to put a big thank you in there. And I'm going to use my, go-to greetings because y'all know I love the stamp set. If you have not purchased anything else from me, you owe yourself this particular stamp set because it has so many different things that you can use. They're nice big ones, you've got small ones and everything in between. I'm just going to put a simple thank you, and we're going to do that with the Calypso coral. So pick that up like so and ink it. Bring it right down in the middle. Stamp. And that's so soft and so lovely. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at what a beautiful card we have created just by doing some simple stamping, some simple cutting. using very minimal supplies, and most of this was absolutely free with a purchase in my Stampin' Up store. I mean, how good does that get? Don't y'all just love a freebie? So make your list and be ready to go shopping come Thursday, and you can have this set for your own. Isn't it gorgeous? The paper, the stamp, the embossing folder, the whole 9 yards. I love it. I think the card turned out absolutely beautiful. I hope you loved it as well as I did. And I'm getting a head start on my thank you cards for 2024. So God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring glory to our Father in heaven. He is worthy. Our Savior, our Lord, Jesus Christ paid it all for us. So let's live our life for Him. God bless and keep you. And until next time, bye bye.